The girl pulled a cockroach from a jar and shoved it straight into the boy's mouth. Another kid rushed over and clamped his hands tightly over the boy's lips, forcing him to swallow the bug. Only once it was all the way down did it finally let go. But they weren't done. Next, they brought over a spider and placed it right on top of the boy's head. The spider crawled into his ear. The boy winced in pain and bolted, but the group wasn't about to let him go that easily. To keep him from fighting back, they pinned him to the ground, literally driving nails through his hands and feet. Then came the leeches. They dumped a whole handful onto his face. The leeches quickly squirmed into his eyes and nostrils, sucking away at his flesh and blood. The tormentors weren't satisfied. They wanted more. The next morning, the same girl who had tortured him the night before approached him again. She said she wanted to hang out just the two of them. He never suspected a thing. She led him to a rundown, abandoned house right behind them. The rest of the group quietly followed. The boy hesitated at the doorstep, clearly uneasy. The others pushed him to go in, but the moment he stepped inside, they all scattered and ran. That's when it hit him. It was all a setup. He tried to leave, but before he could escape, something struck him hard, blacked out. When he came to, he found himself chained up. A middle-aged man walked in and told him his parents had abandoned him. The boy didn't want to believe it, but days passed with no sign of anyone coming to rescue him. Eventually, he realized where he was, a slaughterhouse, and the man had put him to work. Every time he tried to escape or asked to find his parents, he was met with brutal punishment.
Yes!
Say it again.
I'm sorry!
Over time, the man brainwashed him, and the boy began to lose hope. Slowly, he gave up on the idea of ever seeing his parents again. The man's attitude softened. They worked together, lived together, and the boy began to see him as a father figure. Years passed, 7 or 8 in total. The boy grew into a young man. One day, by chance, he found a locked room and managed to sneak inside. There, he stumbled upon a note, and with it, the horrifying truth: the man had killed his parents. Rage exploded inside him. He charged out, ready to confront the killer, but the man was already at the door. He knocked the young man unconscious, dragged him back to the slaughterhouse, and hung him from the ceiling with iron chains, planning to boil him alive in a vat of scalding water. But just as the man tried to lift him in, his strength gave out. The young man seized the moment, broke free, and grabbed a heavy rod. He didn't hesitate. He slammed it down on the man's head, knocking him out cold. Then, in a grim twist of fate, he hung the man up in the same spot and lowered him into the boiling water, killing him in the very way he had planned to kill, ending to skin the man's face and turn it into a mask. But it wasn't over. The ones who had lured him into this nightmare, the ones who started it, oh, they were still out there, free, and he was coming for them. A bloody, terrifying revenge was about to begin.